Hello everyone, welcome to our Accounting 151 Principles of Financial Accounting 2 class for the spring. We're grateful that you have joined us. This is a continuation of Accounting 150. So we're going to build on what we already know there about financial statements and be able to help us prepare them in more detail this semester, or this first 7 weeks of the semester. So I wanted to spend a few minutes showing you around our course so that you feel very comfortable. If you had Accounting 150 from me previously, then you are going to feel very much like it's the same layout. But if not, then we want to make sure that you can find everything that you need. So right across the top are all the important clicks, things that you need to be able to access. The content, where all the materials are. Grades, Dropbox is how we always turn in homework and assignments and tests. Resources, where you can find tutoring and library and other things like that. Class progress will tell you all your scores, what you've done, what you've accomplished, and what you have missed in terms of the various learning activities. Send me an email through the system, but I would prefer that most topical questions for the course be done through discussion. There will be a discussion board for every chapter, every topic, so that you can post there, and there can be discussion of those instead of and it be available for everyone rather than just for a single email. Here in the middle is our news feed that I use quite often, at least weekly update to give you an idea of what's happening, provide you links to various materials in the course and the assignments and things that we do that week. So this is our introduction and gives us link to the information for the first week in terms of our homework and other assignments. My contact information, my picture, okay, so you can see me on the street, recognize me, okay. My personal Zoom room, which will be used for any office hours, we'll talk about in just a minute. There's a link there. It's also on the syllabus. Content browser, which I find that people don't use because they find it using this link here, but they're available, as well as the calendar. If you scroll down far enough, all right, is all available right on our main page. So we're going to use this just the way we could normally take one of the links and go to the syllabus for this course to kind of explain how that's laid out and what you expect. So this is our syllabus, Accounting 151. Again, a link to my personal Zoom room. Office hours, Monday, Wednesday, 10 to 11:30. Tuesday evening, 7:30 to 9. Those are the times you can just go onto that Zoom room, link to there, and I will be there waiting to see who comes to visit. Okay? All the information about the course, phone numbers of folks at Hack as well. My outside email address, which you can also use, but I prefer that you email through the system. I usually read those first. Your catalog description and our textbook. Okay, or a link to our textbook, which is freely online. This is the same idea as you had in Accounting 150, except we're going to be using the same place, same location, but it is Accounting 151, organized by chapter. Each chapter then is broken down into, you might say, sections, and they each have learning objectives, they have questions and answers, they have some check yourself. It's all online. You can get a physical copy. But all the things are there. The homework is found at the back of each chapter. So if we go back to the end of chapter exercises, just like before, the questions are there, true false questions, multiple choice questions, and problems. The homework will always come from the problems. If you want to use the other questions as review, I have provided answers. You can work through them and then check your answers in the learning module. But the homework is what will be you'll be doing and turn in the Dropbox, and then be able to make corrections to for full credit. That's how we do the homework. But all that homework will be in the end of chapter exercises for each chapter, and the Dropbox will have the actual description of which problems you need to do. Okay, you can navigate around in the textbook by going to the link or going from one page to the next using the arrow button. If you would like another version, you can download the full PDF. All right. Then you can use that as a PDF, or you can submit it to Hack, and they will print it for you. You can, and that PDF full book or just the page. And then you also, if you go under downloads, you can buy a print copy, and this will actually buy it from LibreText. That's the company that actually hosts our course materials. You can buy a print copy by clicking on that, and they'll just charge you for the amount of printing and shipping. To do it, get it for free, you again pull your PDF, and there's a link for how to use Hack's printing to get it for nothing, and you can pick it up at the bookstore. That is in the website, in our course site, where we have the actual textbook in the introductory materials. So back to our syllabus. Okay, our learning outcomes, expectations. All right, and then some of the assignments and grading. Okay, tests. We'll have two tests. The first one will be problem-oriented. We'll be done in a Excel format. The second one, or the final exam, will be multiple choice, and it will be done, and fill in the blank, be done online using the Bright Spice system, and it will have a time limit. The first one will not. Discussion postings. A little bit about our discussion. First 5 learning modules, there'll be a required discussion. It'll be graded. You will need to post at least twice on that discussion board to get full credit. They will need to respond to the questions that are provided in the instructions. First posting due by Saturday, second, or the follow-up post by Tuesday. Make sure that you are careful to follow the instructions and to write clearly so that everyone can understand what your point is and what you're commenting on. There'll be a couple of writing assignments that are actually broken into pieces so that you actually do 2 drafts, okay, for 2 memos. So the first, we have memo 1 and memo 2, okay. They will be indicated, the due dates, as we in the drop boxes, and more specific instructions about those topics and what we want to address are in the drop boxes. You will need to provide citations if you use any sources outside of the textbook for your information, and make sure that you give credit where credit is due. You're going to use a professional business memo format. You can easily Google that to find that. And grammar, spelling, word choice will be important in receiving full credit. You will do a rough draft, turn it in. I will provide feedback. then you'll have an opportunity to submit it a second time that's on the same topic with corrections, anything that you need to do to update it into a separate Dropbox. So it'll be graded again for the actual grade on the final draft. So you'll get a grade for the rough draft and a final draft. The cumulative project is one that we will do, and I will tell you more about that as we get closer in the news feed. Cumulative project will be from the textbook, and it will be in one of the later chapters. Homework we already talked about a little bit. There's some more detail about it. Okay, I suggest you use Excel as much as possible to complete your homework. Makes it easy to make corrections and all that good stuff. And again, if you turn it in and it's all correct, that's great, and you get full credit. But if you make mistakes, then the way to do that is to know that is that when you have submitted your homework, you'll be able to watch a video where I explain my answers. You'll be able to then make any corrections to it and resubmit. So you'll have the homework due on Saturday, resubmission with the corrections due on Monday. Please put the corrections in a different color or have some explanation with them, as I've highlighted here in the syllabus. Our class activities and calendar, the dates for the chapters, how our points work out. The midterm will be worth 50. The final will be worth 100, so a total of 150 for the two tests. Homework, the cumulative project we talked about, the memos, and the discussions, or how the grade is broken up. Okay, you have a lot of flexibility when you get things done. Okay, but they still have due dates, and we still have to let me know if there's going to be late or other things. There will be points. It will not be worth full credit if not turned in on time, unless the arrangements have been made ahead of time, previous to turning it in. All right. Any things like attendance withdrawal policy, you can click on how to withdraw from the class, that information, our attendance. If you need accommodations, please just ask for the help that you need. Please do not use somebody else's work. Collaborating and copying homework assignments, tests, any of that, memos is not going to help anybody to learn. It's not going to be beneficial, and will be considered academic dishonesty. Our policy on that is a discussion with the instructor the first time and potential 0 on that assignment, as well as a follow-up for any subsequent violations. So if you have questions about the syllabus or anything, there's a discussion board that's just for class questions, and you can go to that and ask questions all you'd like. That's open the whole time during the course. Other than that, everything is organized by module or week. So the first module or week, okay, and they're all organized basically the same way. Okay, you're going to have a introductory piece of material at the top. It gives us your learning objectives, maybe some encouragement in learning the material for that particular week. Then there'll be a link to the chapter. So you can use this link, or you can use a link that's in the introduction. Okay. You're going to have, there'll be a PowerPoint presentation. There'll be my explanation of those PowerPoints, including examples. There will be the answers I promised to the questions at the end of the chapter, other than the problems. All in your reading and explanation module, submodule. This first one even has some explanation of how to use Excel if that is a little bit unfamiliar or you need a refresher on how to use Excel. Okay. The discussion, there'll be a discussion submodule. This first one will be on accounting software, and there's always one that's just open all the time, which is your questions, general questions on what you're reading. This one will of course close, as it says in the syllabus, on Tuesday. So it will be open and then closed, and that will be for a grade. You'll have to. That's the one you need to post twice on. And then here is your homework. When you click on that, you'll find the instructions as to which problems you should do. Okay, so you know where to find the textbook, you know where to find your homework, where to find the discussions, where to find my explanation, my videos that I've made, and the PowerPoint slides that I've produced for you to be able to review the material. All that will hopefully help you when you run into a problem, have a question. Of course, there is always a discussion board to ask that. All right, that should be everything that we need to discuss to get us started. And we look forward to working with you.